So the first question is by Jacob. Hey PM, one quick question. What is your favorite gimmick unit in FE? Halloween Zane? Oh my god. Jacob's question was really lucky for me, as I'm gonna get one of my top priority units, Ascended Udun. So I'm gonna summon on the Bluestone again. So yeah, Jacob's question making me incredibly lucky. So his question was that what's your favorite gimmick unit in FE? Halloween Zane with stacked units, of course, and oh my god, I'm gonna get another Ascended Udun. I'm sorry, oh my god. Oh my god, this is some compensation for no Thor, A Hero Rises. What's your favorite gimmick unit in FE? Mine is Halloween Zane with stacked units, of course, and Spring Maria with Elemine, 2 Elemines, and Farsa Brave Hector. Keep up the great work and fun content. Oh my god. Jacob, dude, what kind of spell did you use with your question? I just keep getting the 5-star units. Maybe what I should do is just keep reading your questions again and again. What are your most merged legendary and mythic units for each season? I'm guessing Violet will be up there for you now. Yeah, he definitely is. So definitely a pretty nice question for this kind of mythic summoning. And then my most merged fire is not that high, honestly, just +2 merge with legendary Marth. I believe I also, oh, I'm gonna get Medius, let's go. Oh my god, the questions, you guys, are giving me too much luck. I don't really think I need another copy of him, honestly, but I guess I could try on the colorless stone just to see and maybe try for some Thors. So those are my most oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. What's happening? Like, this kind of luck has never happened to me. And yeah, thank you so much guys for your questions. I don't know what kind of magic spell you used that every time I'm reading your questions I get like 2 5-star units in a row. I would actually like Ascended Ishtar a bit more, honestly, even though I'm getting a lot of greenstones here for Arthur. Oh my god. This is the day where I summoned 3 Ascended units. Oh my god. Is this, actually, who is this? Julia, yeah, Julia. For a moment, I didn't really recognize the silhouette, but then I realized I haven't really summoned Julia on this account. Yeah, plus resistance. This is actually the first Julia. So I didn't really recognize the who's that Pokemon mini game here.
Who's that Pokemon? It's
Violet!
Skills and weapons, but still he's really strong. Okay, I'm gonna get Lynn. Oh, I accidentally summoned on the colorless stone. Did I really do that? Oh my god. Yeah, my mistake. So I accidentally summoned on the colorless stone. I was trying to summon on this stone. I was really not paying attention. So I will take Lynn merge. I like Lynn a lot. FE7 was my first FE game, of course. Oh, wow. Ike is like, okay, don't fret. I'm gonna show up here. It's fine that you missed my stone. Oh, Brave Hector, let's go. The luck is just insane. Like, a lot of people ask me why don't you rage or something when the bad luck goes on. I think a lot of people want to see that kind of thing because it's entertaining to watch, but like I don't really, I just cannot do that because like I know it's gonna come around. Eventually, bad luck is gonna be the part of the game, and there's just so many times when you get the good luck, but the bad luck is always gonna be sticking out. So I'm really happy that the good luck came around after that summoning session. And now we go on to this banner. I wouldn't mind getting Brave Edel. Oh my god. What? I was just about to say I would not mind getting Brave Edelgard, and I just got an entire batch of green stones. I'm gonna pick the 12 o'clock, and I'm gonna get Astrid. Wow. Yeah, this summon session has been amazing, honestly. Wow. Astrid is a really good unit. I'm gonna try for Brave Edelgard again. I guess, yeah, I'm gonna try for another one as I get Jill. Oh my god, it's raining 5 stars. What's happening? On the main account, I'm only gonna be doing the free summons, not gonna be chasing after Medius, because I needed him more for my free-to-play account because I'm a lot more competitive on my free-to-play account. With the limited resources and everything, I do play a lot of ether raids from it. Oh wow, I'm just gonna get Brave Marth. Just like that. I'm just trying to get some merges on my Brave Ephraim. Oh yes, let's go. Another merge. And I'm gonna try and get another merch. Probably should have gone for the stone below this. Okay, never mind. Never mind. This was the correct stone to pick. I'm gonna try for Brave Alm, I guess. Oh, Rayoma. I already have a plus in Rayoma, and I summoned another Rayoma before, and this is another Rayoma, so unless they remix the skills of these older units, I don't think I can really do anything with this Rayoma. I'm gonna keep trying to go for Brave Alm. Chris, okay. Oh my god. 5 stars upon 5 stars. That game is amazing. I love the Unova region and the story building that the game have. And I think they just got too much hate for that time. They don't really deserve that, honestly. They're really well made games in my opinion. And they also have pretty nice post game, especially like Black and White 2. So I did summon Brave Edelgard here, which is amazing. Oh, Legendary Dimitri, let's go. Ending this off with a 5 star. Could not have asked for a better summoning session, so I hope you all enjoyed. Aversa gets a more combat-oriented weapon refine, which can help fix her damage output. Unfortunately, she does not double down on her supportive niche, and she doesn't gain any kind of extra supportive effects like many people have wanted, but nonetheless she can hit much harder with this refine. Now she can also improve her own combat by inflicting -4 attack speed and resistance debuff on the opponent during the combat, and finally she gets a Pelagian effect. Spring Veronica actually becomes a very strong nuke with this weapon refine and can also provide support to her allies. And the main effect of this weapon, which makes her a really strong nuke, is the fact that she's got Ashera's Blade Tome, or I guess Ally Blade Tome, and the final effect is a support effect which can provide the Orders buff as well as +6 attack and speed buff to herself and the allies within 2 spaces of her. Ilger gets a very solid weapon refine which makes her much better offensively and also gives her a supportive role. So with this weapon refine, she can get +9 attack and speed during the combat. She also gets 15% true damage based on her speed per hit, and then finally she can have a 3-space rain debuff on the opponent. Tebarn gets a weapon refine that doesn't really change too much but just makes him a bit better at what he did before. So with this weapon refine, he can get +10 attack and defense during the combat, and now the auto follow-up condition is a lot more lenient. And finally, he can get special charges on both his attacks and foes' attacks. So this can free him up from running Heavy Blade Sacred Seal, and it pretty much makes him into like a flying legendary Ephraim. So Selkie has got a lot more lenient condition and checks now with her weapon, which makes her into a more consistent unit. Overall, Selkie can become a big ball of stats by having more resistance, and she also gets Flow Guard, which is really unique to a beast unit. But unfortunately, her Gen 3 stats are going to be holding her back many times, especially against the modern units who have got a lot of resistance. So winning the visible resistance check against those units is going to be a bit hard. He's a Gen 1 Sword Infantry unit with Golden Dagger as his preferred weapon, and this basically gives him -1 special cooldown and a conditional distant counter if he has got his special ready. But because of being a Sword Infantry unit, his competition is basically infinite, and now more than ever, because we do have Yenfei in the Grail pool who pretty much functions as a distant counter, Resplendent stats can help him catch up, but still he's not going to be as fast as a lot of the Sword Infantry units. But he definitely appreciates the merges and also some expensive fodder like Vital Astra. So Faye is a colorless infantry archer from Gen 1, and she's got Bow of Devotion as her preferred weapon. So her weapon is rather basic, and the Cooker Post is not the greatest, but still it does help her free up her Slobby skill so that she can run a lull skill or special spiral or just something else, because Faye is not the fastest archer. She's definitely a lot more of a bulky archer, and her stat spread can get awkward at times, and she will definitely face competition from Norn, who's a 3-star 4-star archer. The Resplendent stats do help her bring up to the speed, but the stat allocation matters a lot, and also does the availability. But still, if you're a big Faye fan, then this is definitely a pretty nice boost, because as a tank she does appreciate every single extra stat that she can get, and her attack is not the highest, so any kind of boost to that also helps a lot.
Okay, let's go.
Duo Ike is basically going to be the star of this banner, and he's got Sturdy War Sword as his preferred weapon. This is essentially a 19 might weapon that can give him +5 to all of his stats, and then he can get more effects based on the allies within 4 spaces of him. So Duo Ike basically combines a lot of the characteristics of a God Sword into this weapon, with null follow-up with damage reduction, and comes with a niche of basically reducing his special cooldown count at start of his first attack, which allows him to basically use Radiant Ether much better. He also comes with a duo skill which further sets him apart from a lot of the other sword infantries. This duo skill has got incredibly huge range of 5 rows or 5 columns, so it can inflict -7 attack and speed debuff on the opponent and also inflict them with the guard effect. And it also increases their special cooldown count by +2. This banner has got another sword infantry unit in Young Mia, and she has got Sharp War Sword as her preferred weapon. So this provides her with -1 special cooldown, and it also has phantom speed built into it. If she's within 2 spaces of an ally, she can get null follow-up and dodge as the status effect for that turn. And then finally, she can get +5 to all of her stats. Young Mia differs from Duo Ike with the fact that she's got phantom speed in her weapon, so she can use Flashing Blade a lot better to be a more consistent Gale Force unit. And she also has -1 special cooldown, which means that she can use Vital Astra. Phantom speed might not really seem like the biggest thing, but it's honestly amazing for this kind of fast unit, because even if Mia is facing an opponent who has got more speed than her, she's still going to be able to trigger her Flashing Blade effect and also get more damage reduction. Young Sorin is a colorless mage infantry unit with Adroit War Tome as his preferred weapon. This gives him -1 special cooldown, and he can get +6 attack and resistance during the combat. And then the weapon compares the resistance of his with the opponent and gives him more effects based on that. Young Sorin has got amazing attack at base 42, which also has a super boon in it, and his resistance is really high to make use of this weapon to its best of its ability. Young Sorin also has enough speed to bypass a lot of follow-up negation units and skills by making use of his guaranteed follow-up attack, and then by winning the speed check against them. Young Ileana is the 4-star focused unit of this banner, and she's a green infantry mage with Windy War Tome as her preferred weapon. This gives her +3 resistance, and then she can inflict -6 attack and resistance debuff on the opponent during the combat. She also has Dragon Wall built into this weapon, and then finally, if she's got 5 or more resistance than the opponent, then she can stop their follow-up attacks. So she can function as a really great bulky green mage with this weapon. The damage reduction is really helpful because she has got insane resistance at base 42, and that also has a super boon, so it's really easy for her to get that damage reduction consistently and also be really bulky with those in-combat debuffs, and then ultimately stopping the enemy's follow-up attacks. So he's a axe infantry unit with 181 BST, and he comes with large war axe. This is essentially a 19 might weapon as it gives him +3 attack. He gets different effects on odd turns and on even turns, and this is pretty much like a biorhythm weapon. So on the odd turns, he can get massive +10 attack and speed during the combat, and he also gets debuff neutralization to his attack and speed. And finally, he can also do 15% true damage on his first attack. On the even turns, I guess you can just think that this is gonna be a rain axe essentially, and on the odd turns, he's gonna be putting in the work. So Ascended Ishtar is a blue infantry mage with Thunder's Mjolnir as her preferred weapon. This is basically a conditional brave weapon that can also give her -1 special cooldown and +6 attack and speed during the combat. It also has a tempo skill built into it, and then the brave effect is given to Ishtar only if she's got 10 or more speed than the opponent, and she's naturally going to be having a hard time against hardy fighter, deflect magic, far save armor units like many of the mages do, but still she can function as a pretty strong nuke because of this weapon. Tina is a colorless infantry mage, and I feel like she's just as much of the star of this banner because of her preferred weapon, Thunder Tome. So this gives her -1 special cooldown, and it does have a better time pulse built into it. She can also get +6 attack and speed during the combat, and when her special triggers, she can get +7 true damage and neutralizes any kind of damage reduction skills which are based on percentage, like Close Call, Repel, Dragon Wall, and things of those nature. She's got amazing base 42 attack and base 42 speed, which makes her into a really strong nuke, especially combining with her colorless tome, because she's going to be having a neutral matchup across the board. Skahak is the 4-star demote unit of this banner, and he's a sword infantry unit without a preferred weapon and without a preferred special. So he definitely got massacred, and being a sword infantry unit, he does have some insane competition, even in the free-to-play pool where we do have Yanfei. But compared to the typical fast sword infantry unit, Skahak is a lot more tanky. Arthur is a green infantry mage, and unfortunately he's locked to 5-star even though he doesn't really have a preferred weapon, but he does have some really good fodder in the Grand Vulture Tome and also Speed Resistance Menace. And overall, Arthur as a unit himself is actually pretty viable with his offensive stat spread. It's just that he's going to be facing the constant competition from the preferred weapon green mages like Legendary Male Pilot for example, who can just hit much harder and just stand out because of their preferred weapon. So she's a 170 BST red infantry mage with Fiery Bolganon as her preferred weapon. This weapon gives her +3 resistance, and it's sort of turn if she's got any kind of foe within 4 spaces of her, she can get the dominance status effect on herself, and she also has the half of the menace skill, so she can inflict the -6 attack and resistance debuff on the nearest enemy, and then she can get +6 attack and resistance in the player phase, and to get that in the enemy phase, she needs to be solo. Now just to recap quickly the different weapons that work on visible debuffs, there are definitely quite a few different one of these, and a lot of times I've seen people get confused in these. He's a colorless infantry dragon who can boost the attack of your dark blessed allies, and he has got Shadow Breath as his preferred weapon. This is essentially a 19 might weapon, and at start of a turn he can give himself and the allies within 2 spaces of him +6 attack and resistance buff, and also the new status called On Guard. So this is pretty much the synergy with On Guard, how it is good with certain skills and how it is going to be a bad news for the other skills and structures like Bolt Tower. Overall, Medius is a really strong Dark Mythic unit who's quite gonna be meta influential because of the fact that he can discourage the player phase strategies and is actually pretty amazing on low threat range teams like Katria Balls. Canto control can be really helpful, especially with a far safe tank like I said, who can protect Medius from getting sniped, or if he's in the back line of the team then he can also be a bit more safe. So we can just take out this Olvin now. And now we can smite Penny so that Ninja Korin can go and take out this blue thief and also block the passage for this green thief. And now we can block the way for this blue thief who's trying to escape.
It's time.
Let's do it!
Hey yo, what the?
And then we've got 2 violent, for the violent gaming. Faye the Chicken cannot really do too much to Ines, and now Ines can simply use Elixir to heal up HP if he's outside of this weapon's range, but in Interval 19 that's not going to be the case. So you want to go ahead and smite this Tethys over here, and then you want to just take out this block to then go ahead and just take out Merlinus, and then just have Tethys in the safe position from the chicken. Just run from the chicken. And then we just take out this final blue thief, and that's how we end it. So young Ines single-handedly doing the job here, the Tethys, and then some extreme violent gaming.
Let me handle this.
So this Flash Healer is going to be coming too far from her teammates, and she's going to be always attacking Peony, which means that we can now just take her out. And the Melancholy Healer also attacks air. So now we have taken out that Flash Cleric finally, we can dance up Ash. And we can just take out this green mage over here with Regan, finally. And now you want to retreat all the way back with your Ash from the range of Medius. And you want to have Peony teleport all the way across the map. And also have Ear like this. Now, Blade Session is fully charged up. And because of Regan being over here, we can just take out this Cleric, who could have been really annoying. And we can still move 1 space back into the safe spot so that nobody can attack Regan. And that is going to be enough for Ash to go ahead and kill her with this bonfire. And then we can teleport with Ear and simply bait out this Panic Healer. And now you're going to be witnessing some insane teleportation shenanigans. So you can just move your Ear 1 space ahead. And now Peony can jump all the way over here to dance up Ear. And then Cow can jump all the way over here to take out this Cleric. And then you can just be on top of Cow so that he can get all of the extra attack from opening Retainer and Peony to attack this Manakete and finally take her out with your Regan. And now we can simply go ahead and take him out with the help of Ear and Regan. So the Ice Perk which we charged up is going to be super helpful for bringing Medius down. We can dance up and attack him once again. And Ash is actually not able to finish off this Medius. It is Regan who's going to be finishing him off. And that is going to be the end of Medius on Abyssal.